Well, hello guys. Hello, we are back again. Exciting, man. I'm telling you, it is awesome to be in you all's presence all the time. Just trying to help to kick in some entrepreneurial skills for us all and to drop some snips and tips. Now, we are still on talking about what business schools do not teach you. I remember in my startup time when I was beginning to flex into my entrepreneurial skills and being an entrepreneur, there comes a sense that comes around you where you just can't jump all in. If you don't have a lot of money, you just starting out. Because a lot of people don't get started yet because they worry about, I don't have the money, I don't have that. Well, when I started my business, I didn't have the money. I didn't have a rich uncle. I didn't have a rich parents that left me an inheritance. I actually had to get out and have a part-time job with a full-time job as well. So I did construction work during the daytime, and actually when I had some jobs to do, I will take off them days. None would be on a Friday, maybe a Saturday that I would go in during construction because them was jobs that I wanted to do that I picked up along the way. So then I also delivered pizza at nighttime when I got off. So I didn't let all that go because I had a mind to want to be able to get into all this. I had to stack some cash, which really means that I didn't have any money, so I had to save up, and extra money that I had to do, I had to put that to the side until I got to that thing. So that would be my next step in talking about the things that I need to talk about is ensuring at least one thing works. And that is, you have to have one thing that's working when you are being an entrepreneur. You're starting out. You got to have some money. You got to have, because this is a one of the most critical survival tactics. Making sure that at least one of your products or services consistently generates revenue. So you got to have some revenue coming in. I'm going to leave a lot of information down in my description of some of the things that I'm talking about, but I'm just trying to flex it out as so you can be able to understand it. Is on my journey. And the only way you can understand that is you got to understand a journey that somebody been through. Is the same with, I have this big warehouse, this big truck, a trailer that I also have on standby just in case of that. I had to save up for a lot of that money. Sometimes I didn't hardly make a whole bunch of money, but I kept my full-time job and I kept a part-time job. And then after that, once I got into being able to do that, I still had some revenue coming in that I was making off of my actually the field that I was getting into, trying to be an entrepreneur and getting into business. I had to give up that full-time job because I needed a little more time to get in it, which that was paying off for my bills. So, I started a business during maintenance. I started that off. And then after that, all the skills that I learned from construction and stuff, I went on ventured on my own. And then I found out that when I couldn't get enough them jobs, then I did landscaping and lawn service. And I eventually ended up breathing off into that because I didn't find enough consistent construction jobs or either things, projects, and maintenance that I can do frequently. So I end up branching off into landscaping and build a life in doing it. And so that's when I jumped into, uh, kept that going off, and then I ended up getting me a part-time job because I was getting ready to jump in another business. I wanted to get back into retail and learn some of the skills, and so I wanted to be a distributor because at the time I was a manager, and then I became a full-time manager, and I just saved up and learned my skills of what I was going to do in it, because the first time I became a distributor I ended up failing and I lost it, and but I still have my vending service going on still, but so I decided that I'm just going to go in full-time management and not worry about it. And so I ended up getting back on it, had an opportunity to get back in it, and I did. I jumped back in it, and then where I knew it was going to make enough money for my vending to still be alive, and then I could be able to get into my distributing, wholesaling, and stuff like that. So I ended up letting that job go, my management job go, and to jump into what I'm in now. And so now I've been selling snacks, but that's one thing that you have to have, is you got to have some money. When you jump in these boats and jumping these tactics and jumping off of things, trying to understand your niche and trying to figure out what you want to do and how you're going to do it. Well, one thing you have to do is, like I said, you're going to have some money saved up. And not just saved up, but you're going to have money from that. My snack business helped me to be able to make money. So I had money because I had to start off. I had a van that wasn't sufficient enough because I had a van for my vending stuff, which I was putting stuff in my vending bag thing, but that just wasn't good enough. So I had to rent a U-Haul, did that for a little while. Then I ended up joining Penske's, did some Penske trucks and budgeted trucks, and I just ran there and put my stuff in there weekly. I had to pay them weekly, which was taking a lot out of my money, but I hung in there until I could be able to get me a trailer. I finally got me a trailer, and it's paid for now. And then out there, I jumped to be able to get me a box truck. So, I'm just making things quick, that just to be ensured that you have some money coming in. Just some of the things that people just tell you, just jump out there. Don't just jump out there. Have something to hold on to so you can support your family as well, and study. What I did was study consistently, educate myself about my niches, and got into it. So there is some other things that I may have up my sleeve later down the line. We'll talk about it later. But this is it for now, of some of the things that schools don't tell you about, because you got to go through some experience, and I did go through it, and it was some great time, and there were some disappointing times because there's some failures that I made. So I want to just leave you with that, and I'm hoping that some of this information that I have given you, I'm hoping that it may be sufficient for you and that it may help you to grow. So that's one thing that I'm trying to do, is help you be a better entrepreneur, a better leader. Just to let you know some of the downfall. If there's some things that you want to ask me questions about, just go ahead and ask me, and I'll just comment on it. But I thank you all for just taking time out for just listening to my videos. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Have a good day. Hey, be blessed. Keep pushing. Do not give up. Keep putting money to the side. Keep waiting and educating yourself, rescheduling, doing these things, and you're going to have a good, awesome day. But remember, put God first. Bye-bye.